In a daring mission to infiltrate the Rhen Var droid factory, our brave heroes, liberated from the confines of the Citadel, join forces with Valandra Sov's reclaimers. Battling through a fierce skirmish with droid sentries, they pursue the elusive sounds of a fleeing figure within the factory's corridors. Navigating swiftly, they seek refuge in a secure room, narrowly evading the relentless pursuit of a newly activated battalion of droids. With determination in their hearts, they press onward, discovering a hatch leading to a hangar filled with Vulture-class droid starfighters. As our heroes dispersed to canvass the hangar, the Vulture-class droids sprang to life, their mechanical hums punctuated by the quivering voice of a nervous individual, warning them to depart or face the wrath of the activated forces. Braving the ominous command, our heroes persisted, uncovering the trembling source before he could execute his nefarious plan. With a swift blast from Griff's blaster, the threat was swiftly neutralized, ensuring their continued safety.
Let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so actually, I'm gonna fix my audio because
audio
dropped way the hell down. Not bad that time, but we'll go up to 90. There we go. Okay, let's see here. I think first and foremost, we're going to just see what Kanol Navar has been up to as of late. We're going to be skipping slightly forward in time, but I know that Kanol probably wants to put some of his handiwork to use in this factory. So let's start with your top 3 priorities, Kanol. What are you aiming to do?
So Kanol's plan is to salvage parts to work on creating his own assistants that are they're obviously only technical assistants, but they know how to protect him in combat. he's going to try and basically salvage parts and make his own kind of droids, so it's not super obvious that they're just like, you know, reprogram battle droids and stuff, so everybody won't shoot and arrest him on sight kind of thing. So
yeah,
he obviously thinks he can do a better job anyway, so
probably your best bet then is to salvage what you can here from the droid parts, and mix it up with other droid types when you get access to them elsewhere, so you can start to sort of like masking their manufacturing, right? By
exactly.
making them Frankensteins of sort.
Yeah.
Obviously, the droids. I mean, you gotta salvage parts from a droideka. But the battle droids are actually like pretty crappy fighters in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, or en masse kind of things.
Yeah, they're more en masse swarm. Just as a note, I think there's a, there is like other types of droids that would probably be better in combat that you could mix in over time.
He also would have checked the system inventory here to see if there's anything else in the base for. Is it just the basic battle droids in this one droideka that we faced, or is there other, like, are the commando droids or any other droidekas in the base?
It's just the well, there was a couple of commando droids. It doesn't look like they're manufactured here. They were brought here as part of the defenses. But they were outside, so they got destroyed. So there
Okay.
are components of them if you want them.
Yeah, he would grab those too. Anything, and I'm not sure. Also, like, from a technical perspective, I'm not sure how like the Vulture droids compare to what we're flying. Like, I don't know if anything could be salvaged for upgrades or anything to that type of effect. He would know that, but I don't know in out of character what would be applicable or not.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so that's a good point. Absolutely. However, good luck getting them from the Reclaimers. So you're gonna have to figure out. the
Oh, right.
negotiations There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably already taken them apart. He wouldn't care if they even think about that. That's other people's business. So.
Right. Okay.
He's already got them half stripped. Wait,
I
what?
mean, they are present here too, right? So I mean,
okay.
but I mean, like, if you wanted to dismantle and take some parts from a couple, first off, you need some of the parts for your own ship to get it back and going. So that was part of the deal to begin with, right? You did get the opinion or the impression that they were going to kind of give you a minimum bargain here. That's you guys are going to go do all the heavy work, and then you were going to effectively buy what they find off of here as your exit out of Rhen Var. Does that make sense?
Kanol wouldn't even be worrying about that stuff. He's already stripping stuff. He lets the talky people
do the talky things.
He's obviously first priority, and his projects are the most important
Awesome.
thing around. So
That's fair. Okay, I guess the last point worth noting, would you have had interest in what took place with the base? Like, would you use the security footage to investigate anything, or is that more you're gonna leave that to others, basically?
I'd probably, while I'm looking at the other stuff, I'd probably do like a download of what they've got or something. I don't know from a technical standpoint how that works. If you can kind of if you can make a copy of the database or the whatever to kind of review later.
That's cool.
You can make a backup. It won't come with like all the data, but it gives you kind of the line items, right, of what took place. So the video footage you probably can't take with you, but the raw sort of transcript you could.
Yeah. The Bacta stuff. Well, I don't know if the Bacta stuff would be like as applicable to the Skakoan physiology, but if so, then that might interest him more. I don't know if it's strictly like just for injuries and that sort of thing, or
what kind of Well, you're not really. You're a scientist, but you're not really like a biologist.
No, that's true. Yeah.
But you
Or even a nice person.
Correct. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, he would just grab the data, and then possibly because we still have that Mara, or what was her name?
Yep.
Mara Jade.
He knows.
We have Mara Jade.
Yeah,
Yes.
she would probably know more about that, and if there's any chance that, because he's in a suit all the time, right, with methane and stuff, if the Bacta stuff could somehow, if he even thinks there could be a way to kind of improve upon what he's already got for systems, then he would just throw that information at her to see.
I had to look up her name too, actually.
Maya, something.
Beta. Yeah, very close.
There we go. Had it
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah. Got it. I figured out I can
Nailed
do
it.
this. I can show you guys stuff. Look at
There we go. Nice.
Beauty.
that. Okay, so
Oh yeah, that weird girl.
Indeed. Weirdo. Okay. Well, Kanol's doing all that. Is there any of you guys that are super interested in what went down here, or is everyone just kind of content with what it is? Like, you want to know why there's this random dude that's here and the base is empty and controlled by droids, or are you guys?
Yeah, I was actually
I'm
thinking,
curious
like,
about it too.
Once we
I'm
get
assuming
back,
they're like the Japanese soldiers they found in the jungle like 30 years after World War II that had no idea the war had ended.
Yep, that's a fair assumption. I think, why don't we get I'm gonna do like an investigation roll We'll do it like at advantage. It'll be the higher of Flint and Mark's rolls. We'll determine it's perception, Flint.
Yep, I'm on it.
Oh, so can I do investigation then? Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And we'll assume this is Kanol's already dealt with the security. Oh, damn.
Oh.
Holy double explosion there. Okay,
I get 8. That's 25.
it kind of plays out like a Castaway drama, silent Castaway drama on the security footage. You go back far enough and you see like there is an actual base with like a skeleton crew of what looks like kind of people running the factory. Maybe like a dozen people, right? And this guy that you've taken captive, who's now like in the Reclaimers captivity, right? He's going to be hauled back to the medical bay, and if he survives, they're going to...
Yeah, I was just going to say, I can't remember if we killed that guy or not.
No, you opted not to.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yep. You see him, like, he is very much like the techie sort. You see that that's his role here. Perhaps in more of a supervisory type of role, but not over the whole base, just over the technology, it seemed like. Spends a lot of time with the tech. We're just going to say that, like, you see, like, lots of footage. This is over a couple hours of investigating. You go back a couple of years.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd imagine it'd be a long haul.
Yeah.
You go over like lots of footage. You see that like there's an event which is you kind of go back just behind the event to see what took place, and you can see in those days before it, he's every time this one of the workers there is like a fairly fit, attractive young lady, and every time she's around, he's like staring at her awkwardly, like can't position himself right, like he's a major nerd. And then you see the event happen. The event is what looks like some kind of alarms going off, and the way everyone responds to it, you get the impression that this is some kind of protocol, right? They have some kind of protocol for this alarm. He runs as quickly as he can to like the main computers, and he enters a code in the computer. And you watch all the droid sentry in the base deactivate when he enters that code. When that
Is it possible? Sorry.
Yeah, when that code is deactivated. Sorry, go ahead, Flint. What was your question?
Is it possible to see on the monitor like what his code what he's inputted?
Yep. It just looks like some kind of like long string of numbers, basically.
Oh, okay.
It seems to be something that I guess it wouldn't be because they're let's apply modern security terms. It would be a nice long hash code, but it's like significant. He has to turn a key to like activate it, and it looks like it looks like from your guys' investigation, it looks like it's a protocol to shut this whole base down. Like all the droid, this would be like Are you paying attention to this too, Griff? Are you kicking around while this is happening?
Yep.
Okay, give me what would be a good role for a soldier, your soldier knowledge. I'll accept. I want it to be one of your higher ones. One of your knowledges. Okay.
Willpower is my high. Oh no, wait, sorry. Survival and tactics.
Let's go with tactics. That might apply. Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Man,
you're rolling like I am.
Looks like some kind of code to shut down things. That's what it looks like. But
based on my technical expertise,
I was like, I figured it out. It's a code. We're like, thanks, man.
Yeah.
What you do know, Paul, is it's like hours after you left Coruscant, the same date that you left Coruscant.
Oh, I'll say that to everyone. That's the same day that everything went down on Coruscant.
The same day he put in that code?
Yeah.
Well,
So
So Bob, what would we know about what would we know about that, or like
um
what relevance does that? I mean, because I'm not in the I wouldn't be
Yeah.
on the up and up as far as like I mean I know what it means, right? But like what would
Yeah.
I know what it mean? What would I know about that?
you don't really have a lot of I don't think you would know a lot about it, to be honest.
Hey, you're not very smart.
Well, you're
Yeah,
smart
you're
in
trying to-
streetwise. Yeah. You know what? Just to get through like what you see immediately after he enters the code, everything deactivates, but you see the footage begins to get murky, almost like there's some kind of smoke in the or something coming out of the vents into the place. Like it's making the camera footage really obscured and hard to see. You see him run out, and he's holding like a cloth over his face, and you see him run down to basically the room, enter the hangar bay, and run all the way to the end of the hangar bay, open the doors, and start breathing fresh air, like he was just about to face a very bad fate if he didn't. And he goes back up afterwards, and the base is just full of the crew that he was a part of, all just collapsed on the ground. Like everyone falls over, and he like
It looks like they suffocated.
he finds the girl that he was obsessed with and kind of collapses. Like it's very clear in his body language he didn't know that part of it. He didn't know that basically it looks like whatever that code was not only deactivated the droids, but it was meant to eliminate the skeleton crew that was
It also deactivated the people.
yeah.
I copied the code immediately.
Dave's like, oh my god, I've been looking for this for so long.
I've been
it's a
looking
good
for
idea to have those things.
to deactivate people for a long time.
Yeah, that's great. Where have you been all my life?
Yeah. So it's not really clear. You know what, Mark? What you might know, I'm going to give you just a general knowledge roll. It's like a history roll, basically.
Do I have anything relevant? I mean, I have a planetary system, so I guess that, or I'll just knowledge. I'm gonna give myself a 6D bonus. I think I earned it. Oof.
6D bonus.
You don't remember a lot, but you remember that that month was the month that the war ended. You remember?
That was actually when Order 66 or whatever was actually said. Is that what happened, right? Like out of character, not in character.
Out of character, it was a related event involving one.
Oh, okay.
Anakin, yeah, but
So I remember that as when like all the fighting and stuff like that suddenly came to a crashing halt.
yeah, all of a sudden the war was over, and
Just like that. Okay.
yeah, it's like I guess the news was, there wasn't really a good explanation what happened to all the leaders, why all these leaders that were standing up ready to fight. Like the only one that was kind of like well known to have been completely eliminated was General Grievous, was said to have been destroyed, but like all the other like council behind the war just kind of didn't show up after that time, and then all of a sudden like
They just mysteriously vanished.
yeah, the news was the war was over. Yeah. So
All right then.
I'm gonna try and play in character here. I'm gonna be like, so what does all this mean then? Like, why do we care about this? Anyone?
I don't know. So like all I know is I remember back when I was back home, the war and all the fighting, it suddenly just came to a stop over in the matter of, like, it seemed almost right away, but I think it was like in a matter of weeks. It just
And that's around the same time as this. So wait a minute.
So.
Are we thinking that this code had something to do with like stopping the war?
I don't know. I don't know, but whatever happened, it happened at this thing happened at the same time that thing happened.
Wow.
So I mean, it could be a coincidence, but
Dave, I'm gonna just look at you and I'd be like, is such a thing possible? Like a code like that shut down like everything, like all over the place?
Bob, would I have a role for that, or is that something I would even conceivably know?
Yeah.
I do the same thing, Mark. Like, what would I know?
Programming.
Droid programming.
recycling.
Of course I know. I absolutely know.
Yeah,
I've
you
copied
do.
the code down already
34.
for future use
Yeah.
to disable the universe.
It was actually the Contra code. That it was. Use the extra lives.
Mm-hmm.
No, but so
Up, down, down,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, Dave, you know that a lot of the droid, the way the battle droids specifically are designed, they can be run autonomously, but for the purposes of them behaving like a military, right? Behaving in a cooperative state, and just being in like better to provide commands in a rapid fashion. A lot of the separatists, they would run sort of centralized commands for a full battalion of droids, where they might take, say, a proximity of this base or the droid ship in the Phantom Menace, for example, right, and make that like central command. And then if that gets wiped out, if there's some disruption between central command and the army stops receiving notification. But also it's possible to actually deactivate, like trigger deactivation codes on them, right? So you can, if things, if you want the war to stop, you can just trigger it on the spot and just
You just turn it off.
Yep.
Have you tried rebooting your droid control ship?
Have you tried rebooting the war?
So do you think this code, like with this code, is it something we can put in, like, program or enter into any sort of computer that will, like, have the same kind of effect? Or was it like a one-time only thing?
Give me a security test, Kanol.
Security.
That's good. But
Yeah, I have
good.
no clue.
Yeah, so it would be poor security to have one central code, but likely, it's not uncommon for, say, like supervisory type roles to have codes, different codes on hand, and be able to sort of give a central command of, send out the codes effectively, right? Send out the alarms and get the local codes.
This is cool. So important stuff.
Yeah, it may be worth copying the code and having it in our back pocket for future use potentially.
Yeah.
At least,
Absolutely.
at least we can try it if we get in a mess. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Absolutely.
That seems crazy that just that can cause that much disruption and that much trouble.
Oh.
Yeah,
That seems just like absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't quite understanding it. I mean, that seems like a very powerful thing, especially if we can use it again.
Yeah, I agree.
You see in the video footage over the next while afterwards, like he spends some time grieving. You see him kind of one by one take each of the bodies out, and it looks over a day or so. He waits the longest to bring the lady out. His infatuation, and the security cameras he must go off site quite a ways because the security camera footage doesn't have him where he goes with the bodies, but he returns without them, and then he begins to reprogram the place to like his commands, right? So he begins to reactivate the droids under his own protocols and stuff, and that's what Kanol, you'll need to do that, one, to be able to sever the connection for the droid, the droids that you want to take, but yeah, it looks like he effectively became, like Paul said, that
overlord.
Yeah, that man. Well, the guy in the jungle waiting to see if the war was over. You know what I mean? 10 years later, like that's he became almost like a hermit and just
Crazy
live out his
hermit.
life here. Yeah.
It still seems odd that he would. I mean, I guess he does, right? Because he has already done that. But it seems odd to me that he would just be like, okay, well, this is just it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It strikes me as odd that he would just accept that that's what had happened, especially after that much. I don't know. It's just weird to me.
That's the power of love.
Yes.
Okay, guys. I think with that, if there's nothing else huge you want to do in the Rhen Var factory, we can kind of bring you guys back into the Reclaimer's outpost.
Yep.
So, yeah.
That's good. I'll be happy to get out of here, out of the factory. I mean, I know we successfully did whatever we were supposed to do, but all the automated droids and stuff was just kind of wigged me out.
Yeah, I'm happy to leave. But the other thing is, are we having that conversation then, Bob? Like the actual negotiation one about what we can get, what we can do, what we need, ship-wise, all that sort of stuff?
Oh yeah, what we're allowed
Maybe we
to
can
take.
like call them some blaster rifles and stuff. Just little stuff.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. And then
on the way out, get some weapons
and whatever
little stuff to sell.
whatever Dave needs.
Okay.
Navar, if you like what we need, and are we taking the ship that we came in on? So I have so many questions.
Those are all good questions. Let's talk maybe a little bit out of character for a minute and just let's put it together, the inventory list exactly. So we know what Dave wanted out of the droid stuff, and we know what Dave needed out of the parts to repair the ship you came in on, which was part of the negotiation. If you guys want to hijack one of their ships, though, I'm not going to stop you. But
what kind of ships? Wait! What kind of ships do they have?
You've seen them before. They have a light transport and
The YT-1300.
He's talking about the Rhen Variants.
Yeah. The
not the droids.
The droids.
No, I know.
Just said vultures. Here, I'll show you what
that's
they have.
Right. I'm just curious.
There's that huge ship, right, or that quite large one.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'm just gonna. I think I can open up the whole map. So
Is there a Corellian light freighter, Bob? The most important thing to know.
Can you guys see the whole map now?
Yes.
I can't.
The long neck.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can.
Okay, so those are the two.
Oh, now I
ships
can.
there.
I closed it.
That's the one we came in on, correct?
Nope. No, the ship that you came in on is not here, but it.
Oh, right.
It's over the hill and far away.
I really want this big ship.
The big one?
I mean,
We're
it's not my
doing this
ideal
yet.
one, but it's a transport, and I know how to. That's the thing. I know how to pilot a transport. I don't know. I'm gonna kind of be looking around. I'm like, what are people's thoughts? Like,
you know that they're not looking to trade their parts, right? So I'm not saying you can't get them, but it won't be through trade that you probably negotiate. At least the big one, right? It's clear that they probably have that for a reason. I mean, you could give her a try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Bob, I also would have, when I was looking through the vultures and things, if there was things that were obvious upgrades to the ship, I totally would have just put those in we need these for our repair pile.
Yeah, that's fair.
He wouldn't even have he was just like, of course we need these.
All assumed. You're good there. Absolutely. Yeah, so do you guys want to have that conversation in character or out of character? How do you want to? I think you know what you have for an inventory. You're going to get some basic gear, blaster rifles, blaster pistols, like some basic ammunition, some rations, all the kind of basics that you would need, the fuel you need to get out of here, the parts you need to get out of here. But as of right now, the assumption was the deal was on you guys repairing the rigger that you came in on and leaving with that. So that was the original.
Yeah.
I think so Max is gonna be like, you know what? I think we need to renegotiate the terms.
I think so too. I think we did a lot of work.
We came in and we shut this place down with hardly any damage. The almost like 95% of this place was fully intact. I think getting a couple parts for the ship and then flying off into the sunset is not what we should be doing. I think we need to hike our rates here.
Okay, let's do it. I would agree. I
absolutely think we deserve it.
In a Darth Vader voice, I'm altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
Yes, there you go.
I love it. Okay, so let's start by figuring out what is the renegotiated deal? What are you looking for?
I'm just gonna now that I actually have to say something about it, I'm just gonna be like,
Well, I don't have a problem with that. I'm like, we want the what's the big ship called, Bob? I can't remember.
Wayfarer.
Sorry.
Yeah, Wayfarer.
I'll be blunt. We don't have a lot of time, and quite honestly, it was a good thing that we came along and we did. But we need the Wayfarer. I've got people here. We've got a lot of people. We've got to get them off planet. And we suffered. There was no damages. You guys are fine. We've cleared out that entire base. You have access to it. I think it's only fair. And we'll be out of your hair.
Give me a bargain roll.
Yeah, and then I'm also going to say, Bob, to you, I'm going to be like, and
we want Specs to come with us.
We will be available if there's other jobs he needs to do down the road. Something we both may mutually benefit from. We'd be happy to take a look at that.
Can I assist in a bargain roll, Bob, somehow? Because I have bargain also.
I will let you guys roll at advantage.
So basically, when Flint's talking, I'll be like, yeah, we went in and we hardly blasted anything. Oh, maybe I should have done the bargain. I've got a 4D.
I'm rolling an advantage one. Oh, really shitty. That's fantastic.
Which time? Where's the advantage come out?
Sorry, what?
You know what? Can I make a con roll instead, Bob?
You can try after, but let's hold off on that first. I think the bargaining. I think it's interesting if you end up talking more than the kid, and it sort of just ruffles her feathers, and she's like, absolutely not. We need that. It's a medium transport. We have a lot of cargo carrying to do. I understand that you all are free, and I appreciate that you have things to do. I also appreciate your help, but we can't part with our best asset.
Well, yeah, that's fair. I totally understand that. I'm just saying, if we weren't here, you'd still be struggling to maintain control of this place. Because if you would have been able to do it, you would have done it by now.
And out of character, they wanted to keep their location under wraps, right? They wouldn't want it to necessarily get out. So I don't know if we're nefarious enough to be like, oh, and you wouldn't want anybody to kind of discover where you are, kind of thing.
I think we're nefarious enough for that.
Yeah,
I'm a scoundrel, Dave. I'm willing to do almost anything. So, but
that might be potential leverage or something to add to kind of tip the scales, but it also might put us in a bad spot.
It might just kill us too.
I don't know. I'm going to see what she responds to first, like this. The other thing is, I don't know if you guys want to somehow get that information, say that to me, or just say it on your own anyway. But yeah, I'm definitely going to say that to her, though, Bob. I'm like, without us, you'd still be struggling to maintain control of this place. other than that, you'd be here still trying to fight and potentially losing more than just your ship.
Bob, can I make I don't know what that would be. Would it be bargain maybe? I'm just gonna say. Well, but basically, what I'm gonna say is like, hey, like you know what, like, what's your character Vaan, right? Yeah, I'm gonna say like, you know what, Van's right. So not only did we come in and do this, and if you remember, I was also the one that stopped your crew from going down that hole and basically killing everyone in this entire complex. None of you would even be alive at all. Not a single one of you if we hadn't stopped that from happening. So,
Gee, okay, you
can't afford not to pay us back.
Yeah, and we're allies now. Like we will help you guys. And you know what? The ship we brought in, you can keep that one.
Okay. Now I want you, Flint, to make one more bargain roll.
No.
Can I make a bargain roll, Bob? Like I actually have it. I have it 4D, but
does that? What, Flint? I'll take a bargain or a streetwise roll. Same with you, Mark. You guys can each do it.
My streetwise is 3. My bargain's 4, so I'll do bargain. Come on, bargain! Don't fail me now. Huh?
This one, Mark.
Not terrible.
Not bad.
No,
That's terrible.
But you're I think your character's just hot-headed right now. He's like, "Look, this is bullshit." You know what I mean? And like, it's kind of
It's not outside the reality of what he might do. Yeah, for sure. I think I'm getting frustrated. Like I don't even want to be here anyway. So that's what I'm gonna play off. He's just like, "Fuck this." Those dice rolls are shit. Fuck, I hate dice sometimes.
They suck sometimes.
I hate dice games and the fact that you could talk your way out of almost anything, but then you have to roll dice. Yeah, so maybe Mark comes in and he, says it in a nicer, better way. That's more.
Let's go over the details, right? You've got a used Wayfarer transport that's worth about 130,000 credits. Okay. To put that in terms of like, God damn it. What's the YT-1300? Is that what it was?
YT-1300, yeah.
That's the Millennium Falcon. It's a Corellian light fighter.
Yeah, that's currently my debt.
That's the base model, though. Obviously, the Millennium Falcon's been severely overhauled. But
yours has a better trim package.
But it's way more than 130,000 credits.
What is it? Used.
I can't remember. Well, wait.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Used YT-1300 is 25,000 credits. So it's like a quarter, right? And the rigger that you guys have is used and repaired. It's about 45,000 credits. Mark, what you're getting the impression of is she's not far from caving, right? She just needs more than what's being like. There needs to be something added to this because they're losing a bit of money. Like repairing the an offer to repair the rigger before you go might help sweeten the pot. It might give them then 2 ships, right? That's kind of
okay. So
yeah,
I'm gonna say so I'm gonna be just really blunt with her and be like, okay, listen, like what do you want? Like we don't have money. Like, do you want us to do like another job? Do you want us to like, I don't know, our guy here can like, he's a whiz with tech with all the parts kicking around. Like we might be able to actually, like our initial plan was to fix our old ship. Why don't we fix that old ship up so it's ready to go, and then we'll trade you straight across. We'll do the heavy lifting.
As we've already done the heavy lifting.
We'll do more heavy lifting.
I'll kind of softly say again.
Or perhaps the reactivation codes for the droids that are still left in the facility. That could bolster your security force if you plan to stay on planet.
I'm going to look at all these people.
Give you a small army, including like a fleet of vulture droids.
100%.
That does it, Kanol. Actually, that's like, she's like, if you fix up the rigger and if you fix up your ship and you give me those codes and we confirm them before you leave, I can part ways with the Wayfarer. I'll warn you, it's a bit big. Not the best for maneuverability. But if you want it, I'm not going to talk you out of it.
Is that a fair exchange, Bob? I can make a streetwise roll for that, but I'm actually going to make a streetwise roll. I want to see is that fair that she's getting the codes?
Streetwise in this.
Okay, I'll make a bargain roll.
Yeah.
The price alone, though, which we know, it is a better deal. Period.
But I want to know if fixing the ship up and then the ship in and of itself and those activation codes and what goes with that is equal to the price that she's giving us. If she's a little bit ahead, I'm assuming she's going to want to come out ahead. That's fine. Yeah. But I don't want to be fleeced in this.
They'll get ahead. I mean, it's possible they uncover the reactivation codes themselves, but it's also possible they don't. So
yeah.
What you're doing is sweetening the pot. So the rigger is definitely about half the price of the Wayfarer, right? But with the promise of the droid codes, do they end up in the better end of the bargain? Probably, right? But it's one of those things where they're the host here, and it's probably not going to end without a whole lot of messiness, one way or the other. If something is
fair enough. Okay, yeah. I just wanted to make sure we're not getting totally fleeced. That's all. No. If as long as we're not getting completely run over, I'm fine. Then that's good enough.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of look at people and be like, I don't know. I think this is as good as it's gonna get.
Yeah. Well, I would like to make one request that Spec come with us. I have a job for him.
That's going to be up to Spec.
For sure.
He's a free clone after all.
And then I'll ask him.
She nods. There's a look of disappointment at that, for sure.
What do you mean disappointment, Bob?
The Spec part. Yeah.
Oh, she's disappointed that he might potentially leave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
She says, I have one more favor to ask, and I'm willing to pay. Not much, but it should be simple.
What, the favor's not much, or you're not willing, or you're not going to pay much?
Either. She nods.
Okay, let's hear it.
I have a message to be dropped off to one of my allies on Tatooine.
All right.
If you ever are
That's where?
That Tatooine, she says.
Okay.
She says if you're ever in that part of the galaxy in the next year or two, I would appreciate it if you find, and she gives you the contact's name, which I don't have handy right here, but it's like a letter.
It's L Skywalker. No. Luke S. There we go. That's not obvious.
Yeah, Luke S. I will spoil that it's not a Skywalker or a Kenobi. But
it's a Sky Hopper.
Gotcha. And what's in it for us?
5,000 credits. Upfront.
Done.
Up front? Holy crap. Okay. Yeah.
Yep, done. You have my word.
Yeah, no doubt done. We could just not do it. Holy.
Now let's get to work. Navar, let's go. You can tell he's just impatient. He's just like, let's fucking get going. Let's do the repairs and get the fuck off this place.
All right. Space transport repair of some sort. Or what is it? What do you have, Dave?
How about space transport repair?
Yeah, perfect. Give me a roll. Let's see how long this takes. Okay.
I have blaster and droid repair. I even have repulsor lift repair, but I can't assist on any of that. That's too technical for my...
Can we do assist? Because I also have, I have repair.
Are you going to be spending, this is Kanol, going in for full days worth of repair. Are you going to be doing the same during this time period?
Well, I just think if he's so much better than me, which I know he is, but if I'm just going to slow him down or not really do anything, then no. But if I can help, cut down on some of the time, because I just want off this planet, then I will help.
It'll just mean you're putting in full days of shift. So just for an example, there, Dave's role was for the first week of repairs, right? It takes a while. We're going to skip over that time for the most part. But
oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah.
So whatever I can, whatever that does, I don't know whether my assisting can actually help him in rules or time or whatever, but then I will help him.
There's a total number that we're trying to achieve, so you can, if you're an extra set of hands on deck, you can certainly do so. You have to hit above a 10 for your number to count against the total, but give us
That might be a problem.
You child, crawl up in that duct.
child.
Connect those wires. Don't touch the red.
Yeah,
Oh, I need a 10. I got an 11. I crawl up there. I crawl up. I'm like, there you go.
I would help. I think he's
like-
talking to me, Flint, when he says child.
Oh, child, yeah. I'll hoist Mark up there. Then we'll all work together.
If Mark's willing to put in some elbow grease too, you can make a roll. You don't have space transport repair. What is that? Knowledge? Base knowledge roll?
Yeah, I have. Well, sorry, no, it's technical.
Oh yeah, make it technical. Just how well do you follow the orders?
Okay.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, he didn't touch the red wire. Perfect.
Uh,
He didn't get fried in the conduit.
Hey, roll up another character. You're dead.
You hear this big shock, and all of a sudden you just smell a bunch of burnt hair.
You're like,
That's it.
Navarre's like, we need another child. You're like,
Repairs are at 80% after 1 week, so you guys are moving along pretty well. It takes a while, right? A lot of this happens off screen in Star Wars. Griff, we'll get to your conversation with Spec
Yeah, no worries.
in a minute, but let's start week 2, fellas. Let's see how quickly this goes.
Another transport repair.
Yeah, and you guys can make your respective rolls as well.
Oh, shit. I cannot roll to save my fucking life tonight, I tell you.
Mark,
Yeah,
you want to
nice.
make one more?
yeah, I'm going to. I was just waiting for Dave's. I just want to see what Dave's roll was. I'm only rolling 2D, so.
Yeah. No, it's all good. It gets down to the point where on the second week, what's left is like the really technical components of like the fine parts, right? Like you've done most of the heavy lifting, the things where extra hands help, and now a lot of this is just Kanol leading the drive.
Child, catch me a Jawa juice.
As you get about
Jawa juice.
you're about a week and a half through everything, and we're just gonna kind of start with a scene here. It is, Dave, you are at 99. The ship is 99% repaired right now at this
And
point.
it's going to be like Windows, where the last percent is the one that takes the longest.
Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen.
I'll get to you in a sec, and then we're just gonna talk. We're gonna quickly just check in with Griffin Spectre. All right. I assume you're initiating the conversation, Paul.
Yeah. Spec, I need to talk to you.
Yeah, of course. What is it?
So what are you doing now that we've done this? Are you staying here, continuing with them? I think I have a job for you.
He looks almost like he hadn't considered leaving. He's like, what kind of job?
I think there's still some of our old crew kicking around the galaxy, and I need your help.
He kind of pauses. He says, I thought I was gonna rot in that prison.
Yeah, you and me both.
I know she can be a bit of a hard ass, but Valandra's been nothing but kind to me. And he looks torn, but
You
he's
don't want
like,
off this rock?
I'm assuming you, Paul. Sorry, you're having this privately, right? Just the two of you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is while
Okay,
you
okay,
guys are away on the ships and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
He says, well, I can't pass up an opportunity if the rest of our batch is out there.
Some of them, I think.
I'll help you find him. But after I'm done, I think I'll come back here.
Yeah. I mean, it's good that you found a place where you belong, Spec.
He nods.
I've been on the run so long, and I'm not sure what that looks like.
I imagine. Really doesn't seem like a great place for us anymore. Galaxy.
There's more of us out there than you might think.
I hope so.
All right.
So as we fade out of that scene, I think we'll have a discussion between like Max and Vaan and Kanol as they're returning. You guys are basically taking like a small like speeder out to the rigger each day to work on it, and then taking the speeder back, right? That's
Okay. Yep.
So as you're you guys are at the point where the rigger is basically like 99% done.
Yay!
Kanol, you think it would pass most people's inspection. How thorough do you want to be here? Like, do you want to admit to being 1% deficient, or are you like, good enough, let's get off this run?
Well, considering the condition this vessel was when we inherited it, he would probably settle for nothing less than perfection, knowing him.
Okay.
Even though it's
I was just gonna say I wouldn't doubt it if he's like, "There's no way I'm leaving this thing." Go, yeah.
And he's pretty chuffed about how crappy this thing was when we got in it. So it's almost like a point of dignity, showing like, are the guys that were with us? Are they still here? The original.
Yep.
I rub it in. I'm like, this is what it should be like when you pick up a new a starship.
That's awesome.
I hand him the Carfax report.
Like, you dumb bastards.
It's kind of like a point of pride for him. So.
Yeah. So you guys figure like one more day and you're done. You know, it's that sort of thing.
Nice.
Now, the thing is what you guys did factor in is you did negotiate the, like, basically, we'll have this conversation as you guys get back. Sabe and the others are kind of present, and they're like, so when are we getting on the rigger? When are we getting out of here? And that's to like Flint and Mark and Dave.
Well, so now that we're done,
Look at me.
We're out of here soon.
The rigger is ready to go?
Yeah, I believe so. I'll look at Navar, like, just quickly for just another update, so he can, like, say it in front of this guy.
Yep, it is.
You ready? You're good to go? Nice work, by the way.
And at this point, have we even looked at the other ship? I just realized we haven't even, other than, like, just seeing it from the outside.
You sure haven't.
No, you sure haven't.
That's something that Kanol wouldn't have overlooked in character, but so maybe he's, I don't know.
I think Mark and Flint. I'll take a con roll from you both at this point.
I don't have console. Just can I use like a bargain or not command, but like, just a bargain or just perception?
Perception in this case. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, please, dice gods.
Oh,
nice.
There we go.
Spectacular success.
So you realize when you're like when they're like, hey, when's the rigger ready? And you're like, oh, it's almost ready soon. They're asking for their ship that you guys just negotiated away.
Oh yeah, right. Funny story.
Are you following Flint?
Yeah. We're the riggers staying here.
What do you mean the rigger's staying here?
Just like I said, the riggers staying here. The rigger's not the best ship. We've got a better one. We're able to negotiate a better ride.
They kind of look at each other. They're like, but that's our ship. That's our starfighter.
It used to be.
Well, yeah, but the starfighter was severely compromised. If we're gonna get you guys out of here, and if we're gonna do what we can, we can't have it. He's at this point. He's like trying to bluff his way through because he realizes that he probably should have talked to them and said, "Hey, like this is what we want to do." So he's like,
"Yeah." You see, one of the guys lean in and whisper something in her ear, and then she nods.
Got a mutiny. Start shooting.
They're like, "What? Are we taking the Wayfarer then?" She says.
We're taking the Wayfarer. Yeah.
Good. When we reach Tatooine, we can sell it and split the cost.
I'm gonna read the room, Bob.
I'm gonna chuckle under my breath a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only fair, right? They did get us out of there. That ship is not mine, or anyone else's. So I totally understand that.
There's an uneasiness to the room, but it's not it's not like bad. It's not hostile. It's more like, oh, maybe we're having a falling out right now. It's kind of that vibe.
Yeah, no, and I think like this is the thing. So out of character, Vaan's not one to. He's not above going, yeah, absolutely, sure, and then changing his mind later.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like if I have to betray, like I'm trying to play this guy off as a true scoundrel, not like the good-hearted natured kind, but really, if I have to stab somebody in the back later, I might do that.
Right.
I'm not sure yet, but I will say though, yeah, absolutely. It was your ship that gave us our freedom. I won't forget that.
And also a little chuffed. Like, yeah, after all that repair work you put into it, we'll make sure that you get your fair value for what you paid.
I'll look at Navar and then I'll look back at them and I'll go, this is what I was saying. He's not wrong. Like, that ship was barely holding together. Like, so, without Navar's skills and abilities and we wouldn't have a ship even to trade, nor would we have one that could get us very far, let alone to Tatooine.
Without Navar, without my expertise, we wouldn't have lives to trade. We wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
I'm not gonna say anything to that. I'm like, yep, well said.
Yeah. I think she'll speak up and she'll just say, "I'll remind you that we did break you out of the Citadel. So such things."
Really. Kanol Navar broke us out.
I'll follow. I'll actually at this point, Bob, I'll say, and we won't forget that. And like I said, it was your ship. I just said that, or it's your ship that got us our freedom. But that includes you as well. So we're in this together. We're gonna get to Tatooine. I made you that promise weeks ago that I would get you there, and I aim to do that.
Like, and it's even it's mediumly likely that I'll keep my word too.
Mediumly.
Mediumly likely.
All right.
I seem to recall you saying this wasn't even your ship; it was just what you could get on short notice. So splitting the profit on a ship that isn't even yours, when we done a lot.
We did have to pay for the credits of that ship, and we do need means of getting back to Naboo.
What did you pay? I'm gonna put her on the spot. What did you pay?
She kind of looks at you a minute. He says, "We negotiated it down to 40,000."
All right.
Me knowing what that ship's condition was, if I know that's like wildly,
I'm gonna look at Navar.
Yeah, I would totally like scoff or whatever if I knew that was.
Yeah, they got gypped, but 85,000 new, 45,000 used, or the specs.
Bob, they did get gypped.
Yeah, they did. Obviously, the quality, it's like buying a used car. Like, it wasn't in as good a shape. It wasn't worth used. It was probably worth refurbished. But yeah,
100%. Yeah.
you get the impression that they're like not making up a number. Like they're like
they're just dumb.
I'll say, and how much of that?
No, and I think too, Bob. I think like Van is one of those guys that he like comes across pretty direct and very strong sometimes, and then he goes, "Okay, wait, we do need these people. I don't want to cause any unnecessary like tension or frustration. So I'll say whatever they need to hear. I'll be like, yep."
I'm going to interrupt though. I'm going to say, but how much of that money came from the coffers of the Naboo royal family?
She looks at you, and she says, "The family directly? None of it."
Or just Naboo, I suppose. Then
I think my friend's point is
you're not out any money, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
and you've also gained valuable allies.
Yeah, so I think everyone has a stake in this. I think that's where we're all at. I think we can all agree. And so yes, if we get a decent price, we can negotiate that then. But how about we all just get on the ship and get ourselves off this planet and get to Tatooine in one piece?
She nods. Agreed.
That seems acceptable.
All right, I appreciate it. So I will instantly then, like right after, I'll just start walking. I'm like, we've said our goodbyes, like and I'm assuming we have, like after we negotiated, we like, hey, thanks for everything. Here you go. Text me if you need something. And then we'll just go from there. Okay. So I think he's like, if we do this any longer, it could come to blows or potentially some aggression, which would be fine. But again, I did give them my word that I would get them to Tatooine, and that's what I intend to do.
Understood. Just gonna verify passengers who might be coming, and we'll get kind of. I don't want to spend too much time just doing this in character. But let's start with Big Brain and Blind Grandma.
Big Brain and Blind Grandma.
Yeah.
It sounds like a folk band.
Big Brain and Blind Grandma?
Yeah.
Now, Flint, do you plan to still honor dropping them where they wish to go?
At Tatooine? Oh no, they want to go to. Yeah. I do.
Okay.
Because those two especially are the ones that I care about the most, and the reason is because they were with Mark, and all the other ones. Like they were paying me to do a job for them.
Okay.
I don't know what that looks. I know that was that was historical stuff. So who knows? What that looks like or whatever. But whatever we decided. I know I obviously lost that money somehow or whatever. It was taken, my ship, and blah, blah, blah. But I did tell them I would get them there, and I aimed to do that.
Okay.
I aims to
make it happen.
Understood. Okay, so the next one to sort out, and this depends on whether anyone wants... actually, I think this will be them trying to trigger it. So, and they'll talk specifically to Kanol. This is Maida. She finds you in the hallway at some point, like over the week. Okay. And she's like, I heard you were leaving soon.
Indeed. You should come.
Oh, Kanol's hooking up with the babes.
That neckline, though.
Good neck.
All the way.
Okay, so you say you should come. She'll nod and she'll be like,
Your intellect is a match to my own in the side of biology. You'd be a valuable
wow.
asset. She's basically the Kanol of like bio stuff and like. Well, I'm assuming. I don't know. I think she's. I think because I knew her, right? So and yeah, she's been caring for the prisoner or the not prisoner the. And I
Yeah,
know
the tortured guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I want her and him to come along.
Yeah, she'll say that. She's like, I would like to look after the tortured soul here until he's found his recovery. But I don't think that this base has all that we need. I think he will recover much slower here, if ever.
He could also prove a valuable asset. You should both travel with us.
Are you certain that your friends... Are you certain that the others will want us along?
I run by really quickly. No one rides for free.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily care whether they do or not. You're coming. That ship's not getting off the ground without me, so...
Okay.
Oh, hoity
Mental
toity.
note, get rid of Navar. He's become too powerful.
He's like total. He's got a 1D in perception, so he's like very blunt, very like don't care, like very.
Yeah.
He's as impersonable as you could imagine. Very just analytical.
Okay. Awesome.
And matter of fact.
Okay, guys. So as we're gonna move towards departure day, so everyone's getting ready to go. The rigger is repaired. Everything looks good.
Nice.
Wait a second. This Wayfarer has no hyperdrive. Maybe we should have checked.
Actually, you know what? Actually, thanks, Dave. Like on a serious note, I'm gonna go up to Navar. I'm gonna say, "Hey, Navar, so she looking okay? They're not trying to pull the wool over her eyes or anything, eh?"
Yeah, I would. I didn't think of it in person, but in character, he would have. Been to look over the schematics and the condition of this before
Totally.
he did all that other work. So
let's assume before your final day, you spend like the evening looking over this thing. So just give me another test.
Okay.
And I think I would go with Dave too. I'd walk through it with him because I helped him fix it up. Well, I was with him when he was fixing it up.
You're like I was beside him when he fixed it up.
Let me roll mine too, Dave.
you're also a pilot, right? So you would know
100%.
more about that part too.
Yeah, you guys are probably
Yeah, let's see what I
paranoid
get.
about the.
Okay, not fantastic, but I'm gonna walk. It's more the principle of the matter. Like,
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I appreciate Navar's work, so I'm gonna walk it through with him and take notes where necessary.
To be fair, everybody appreciates Navarre's work. So
Oh my god, this guy.
really,
I love that.
Let's do a. No, we're not gonna make you test everything. I think you're good. Actually, pick one skill from your mechanical, each of you, that relates to some aspect of the ship. So there's like astrogation, shields, gunnery, and that can be like what you focus on for the walkthrough, right?
From mechanical,
Yeah.
okay.
that'd be my actual piloting my space transports.
I'll check shields.
And you want us to roll it, Bob?
Yes, please.
I don't really have any applicable
It's not
stuff.
bad. We both got the same roll.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Same like
Things look good. Yep. Yep.
Bob,
things
you
look-
don't notice any of the bombs.
Yeah, you don't notice all the.
Things look good. You don't notice any of the hidden bombs they put on there that are going to ignite as soon as you take off.
Oh, you're hidden what? Nothing?
Everything's fine. No, it looks good. It looks like fully operational. So
Good.
yep. Including
as we're-
the astrogation. So
Oh, good. Okay.
which was your
Awesome.
problem last time.
So then we'll go back and like kind of say our goodbyes after we do that. So we've done the once over.
Yeah, well, you do the once over. I think that happens like the night before the final day of work, and we're gonna have Dave make one more roll for his space transport repair, just to put the final notch in. All you need is a 10 or more, Dave, and you who's going out with Dave for the final day, by the way? Anybody?
I can't really do anything, but I'll go out just to.
I'm gonna go with Dave.
Around.
Okay.
I'll go out with him.
Okay.
I'll stick with him.
Yeah. And the itinerary is basically, get out here, put in an early morning's work, get back to fly this thing back to the hangars, the theoretical, approach, right? Like that's the idea. So it's just the crew of you. You guys can all make the space transport repair or technical if you don't have it. Roll real quick. This Kanol drives you through.
Technical.
Nice job, buddy. Technical space transports repair. Oh
Okay,
yeah, there it is.
this.
Back to the shitty rules.
I'm rolling 2D, and it's going to be a total over 30.
Oh, almost an explosion.
You got the same as I did, Mark. I was rolling an extra dice.
Well, maybe not 30, but
Okay. Yeah. So after like 2.5 hours, it's like 10:30 in the morning. Things look great, Dave. Things are good to go.
Yay!
Perfect.
I need perception rolls from all three of you.
Let's
Oh,
see.
this is not
Just
good.
1D. Okay, excellent. +2.
Would investigation be more applicable, Bob, or just straight up perception?
I'd just like to point out that I got a 12 on 1D.
You did. You rolled. Your wild came up as a 6.
Okay, I can't hear you, Bob, so I'll roll perception.
I know we can't hear you, Bob. If you're,
Oh yeah.
you
I
can.
accidentally hit my mic that time. Okay, so all three of you, as you're kind of like walking through, you're walking towards the back hatch to exit the ship, because you need to take the speeder back, right? You hear you hear and feel a little bit of like vibration sound. What do you guys want to do? So you can't see out a window because of where you are in the ship right now. Do you want to go investigate what that noise is?
Yeah, I do. I'm like, for fuck's sakes, if something happens to our ship before we even get off planet, and then I'm just gonna trail off. I'm going to look right now.
I think I'm just going to say something like, "What the heck is that?" Because I know nothing about spaceships, so.
Could I walk over to a console and you start the sensors skill to try and see if
Absolutely.
I can pick anything up?
Yeah, why don't we get those two tests one from Vaan and one from Kanol?
What do you want? Just perception, Bob? Then for me?
Yeah, if you're just going out to look, you can do like a.
I don't have search. I just have perception. But all. What the fucking hell?
You don't need a.
Mark,
you don't...
if I had physical dice, I'd be throwing them too right now.
I have search. Can I help Flint, or can I?
Actually, can I do that? I know that Mark is the kid is really good at this shit.
The difficulty wasn't 10 that time for what you're looking at. Flint.
Oh, okay.
It's it's like, oh, that sounds like an airplane. You look up the sky. That's an airplane. You know what I mean? Like
there it is. It's an airplane. Yeah.
Yeah. You're able to look into it. You can still search Mark too.
That's a good point, though, Mark. And I think I'm gonna try and remember that because you and I have spent some time together, and I would have been like, "Hey, kid, give me a hand with this."
Okay, search it is. Well,
Come on.
got an 18, but
that's good. Remember, the one doesn't determine.
No, I know. It's just it's a sideways event happening. Yeah.
Roll high, and I won't sell you to slavers.
Wait a second. That's no moon.
That's no moon.
Yeah, exactly. You got the general.
We're in trouble.
Okay.
That's an ape station.
So all of you kind of see this at first. We zoom in on Kanol entering in the sensors, and there's a worrisome kind of you aren't happy with the results, Kanol, say the least.
Techno grumble.
Techno grumble. Right, give me 1 sec, guys. I forgot to do something here.
You know what you should do, Dave, is try to get an audio clip, just a quick one of what a techno grumble would be, and then every time you just play it over.
Oh my god!
Totally need to do that.
Can you
and then
please
just play it
do
over
that?
chat.
I like that. That's great.
That'd be very funny.
I think that would add a lot to this game. Like I really do. It would just be like, and we'd be right in there, and all of a sudden you hear this, or like this, or whatever. Yeah, totally do it.
Give me 1 sec here.
Techno grumble, yeah.
Let me just do this.
Good old techno grumble.
Okay. You see, and spy for Dave's case, 5 shuttles entering atmosphere. Above.
5? Oh my god. Wait, I don't see that. Never mind.
Who does see this, Bob?
So Dave does on the sensors, and Mark and Flint, you do.
Oh, we do see. Oh, okay.
You see them in the sky entering. Yeah.
All I do is I when I see that, because I went to see it, I turn around. I'm like fuck, and I head to the cockpit.
Okay.
Can we get back?
Mark,
So, Bob, I mean, I know what these are. I know what these are out of character, but do I know what they are in character?
1 sec. So
Okay.
You don't really. I mean, actually, you would, because they were used. These would be old Republic shuttles, and probably still used by the Empire now.
Right.
More importantly, though, when you look at it, you get a really bad feeling.
Oh, like the bad feeling?
Yeah, like a bad feeling.
We got to get out of here, like right now.
Well, you.
Like, we need to be leaving.
All I did was turn it back.
already.
Yeah. Okay, so there are 2 options for getting back to base quickly. One is less obvious than the other. One is getting back on the speeder and getting all 3 of you back that way. The other is flying the rigger back.
What?
Well,
Can you say it again, Bob? So
you took a speeder out to the rigger, because the rigger is out of the Rhen Var base, right? It's like
so we want to fix it up.
Yeah, that's what you've been doing all week. So you've got the speeder. You could take the speeder back, or you could take the rigger back, like the actual spaceship, the starship back, if you wanted to.
What is the fastest though?
Yeah, I'm assuming the spaceship is the fastest.
It's the fastest is more obvious, right? To the landing ship.
That's true. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So those are the 2 out. But yeah, you aren't terribly far away. Like the speeder only probably takes like 5 minutes, because remember you guys hiked that in like an hour.
Get to the speeder. I'm just making that decision. I'm like, get to the speeder, everybody now.
Yeah, let's go.
Radio the base.
Okay.
Yeah, can I do that, Bob? Like, can I do, like, because I can't really do anything else. Like, can I radio the base?
Yeah.
And basically be like, we're all gonna die in about 5 minutes unless we like get like we got a
100%.
GTFO. Like, this entire base has to be completely evacuated in the next like 1 second.
Okay.
It's so true, and that's why we're gonna jump on it. We're gonna get the fuck out of here like now.
Okay.
Is everybody there, Bob? Like all who came on the speeder, are we all back there now? We can go.
Yeah. So you're all back at the hangar base now. Paul, you've just to zoom in on you for a sec. You've got the red. The alarms are going off. Everyone seems to be packing up on the 2 shuttles you have. But you might got some extra human cargo with you that you might not want.
So do I notice that right now?
Yeah, you get back to the base and you see like the Rhen Varians are just scrambling to one of the 2 shuttles, like either the Wayfarer or the JS-77B, the little one. Here,
The J. Edgar Hoover.
This one.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of chaotic, but your crew is obviously going to the Wayfarer because they know that's where they need to be.
Yeah. As long as everybody's going there, I'm happy because I'm not waiting.
Yeah,
Like, and I might say that while I'm running, while I'm yelling. I'm like, get to the ship. We're not waiting for anybody.
Yeah, no, we need to
Yeah.
we need to be already gone.
Okay.
100%.
Hauling, getting my daughter on the ship.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Everyone's moving top order. Things are moving fast. There's a moment where Valandra kind of moves towards the JS-77B. Like, she's probably going to pilot it, right? And she looks back to you all and says, get out of here safe.
I'll look at her. I'll give her a nod, and I'll be like, "Same to you."
Okay.
We'll be in touch.
If any of your crew can get to the other ship, it's ready to take off.
She frowns and says, if those are Imperial shuttles, we're already too late.
Something is very bad on that ship. We need to move right now. If those things land, I think we're all gonna die.
I've lived my entire life under that umbrella. It's never too late. Let's go.
You guys see this the top of the mount. So this hangar bay. You get out of it by basically ascending upwards through this long cavern. At the top, you can see that the hatch is open. The hatch doors have opened. So you see a beautiful sky, up at the cold, barren sky ahead or up above.
Yeah.
As you guys are on the ship, I will take a quick piloting roll from you, Flint.
Oh God, I can't stand the pressure right now.
Don't worry. If you fail, we're just all gonna die.
I guess we just start over, playing a different game or whatever. So
yeah, we can. Yeah.
What the ever-loving fucking hell is this?
Yeah, you're not getting lucky, but that's more than...
I'm not. I'm every fucking rule tonight.
Yeah. That's still more than what you need. So, 12's enough. You start to ascend upward. I will take perception rolls from all of you.
I'm gonna holler to Navar too. I'm like, Navar, how we looking?
I guess I would.
On the sensors, I want to know.
Yeah, because I can do a.
Ugh, that's not high. I think for me, Bob, I'm just super flustered.
Yeah.
Because I have 4D in perception. I rolled 12.
I think, Max, you don't know what to do while you're on the transfer. You're just waiting for things to clear so you guys can take to the skies and get the hell out of here, right?
Can I feel that, whatever that is still?
Yeah. So, more importantly, I think, as... Kanol, what are you focusing on, just so I know?
I think I would probably go straight to the shields to check and make sure that they're
just give me a test
firing
real
up.
quick. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we know you're going to fail perception, so we might as well...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The shields are warming up, but they're going to be ready very soon. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. So you guys start to ascend, and you hear and feel a blast as the blast doors here just crumble under what is likely a barrage of fire from those transports.
That's a good sign.
And you're the
Great sign.
The last thing you see is, as the smoke begins to clear, you see a squadron of stormtroopers with a figure at the front dressed in all black.
Oh God,
And
we're gonna die.
Stop.
A red lightsaber ignite.
No. I'm not looking. I'm piloting. I'm just
Bob, you
fuck
needed
this.
to. You should have played the. It's too bad you couldn't have played the Imperial Death.
Oh my God.
Imperial March.
Right now, it's never too late.
That would have been amazing in this particular situation.
Or anything like that.
You see the figure.
Oh.
More machine than man.
Do we even know who that is, though?
You don't.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we have no idea.
But you do see...
I mean, he looks
the
menacing as
crimson-
shit.
Yeah, the Crimson Saber. And some of the... the JS-77B is supposed to be right behind you guys. So it's, it's waiting for you guys to take off, and it's going to. A couple of the Rhen Var guys, stay behind to put suppression fire down. And you watch that figure just kind of, deflect the blaster fire quite gracefully, returning it back to the reclaimers that are shooting at him, and they all begin to drop.
I think I might just casually say something like, "What the hell is that?"
We got to get out of here.
Oh yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it.
Okay. All right. Up through the hatch you go. And
Punch
out
it.
to the skies.
Through the hatch you go.
Yeah.
I think I had so like, she'll hold together. I'm like, come on, baby.
Come on, baby, hold together.
All right. Who's handling the astrogation in this case?
Not this boy.
What skill is that?
Astrogation.
Astrogation under
Oh.
mechanical.
That
It's
makes
under
sense.
mechanical.
I don't have it. Under technical. Oh no, I do. Sorry, I was looking under technical. I do have astrogation. It's only at 2 dice, but like
I also have it. I don't know if any of our other crew have it as well, because we've got everybody on here, right?
Yeah, that's. I
I
was
don't
just.
know
Thinking
if, I don't know if I
David.
can
I
do
didn't-
multiple things.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you guys give someone command. I think you guys are in control of the ship right now, so no one's like leaping to the jobs unless you're telling them to do so. Just because
I
Yeah,
will
I
do-
think somebody else. I'm
I
just
will
gonna
do
yell
it
out.
if we can't do it. I'll do it if there's no other option, or if there is, if we have someone else, if I can assist. I don't know if I can assist. I don't know if that works. How that works that way.
I'm just gonna call somebody, Bob. I'm gonna be like, hey, if anybody knows how to use the astrogation panel or whatever, like, get up here now.
Or would we have known from the other buddies that we had flown
Yeah,
with,
good
who
point.
did the astrogation?
yeah, Typho, the one with the eye patch, did for sure.
Okay, and they seemed competent.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Mark, why
Okay.
don't you roll your 2D, and then basically what we'll do is you'll roll and he'll roll, and we'll take the higher of the two.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
You're kind of learning from him is what this is. So if
Okay,
you roll
Max.
if you roll higher than him, then you'll.
Come on, buddy.
Come on, Max, you can do this.
Nope.
You can take a note, like you watch what he does. It's sort of like you guys aren't choosing. Like usually it'd be like, what do I want on this menu, or you pre-program. But this case, you're like, I need to get the safest trip in this direction. Is basically what he's doing.
Yeah.
You kind of you roll. You don't roll high enough to help, but you roll high enough to observe what he's doing, so you can kind of put points in astrogation later if you'd like.
Okay.
With that, as you guys breach the atmosphere, you see in the distance, not close, luckily for you, you see a destroyer.
Like a Star Destroyer?
Yep.
This day just keeps getting better.
Have I even seen one of them before? Like, do I even know what it is? I probably do just by reputation.
They were used during the Clone Wars, I believe, if I remember correctly, or a variation that was close to them.
Be like, hey, Navar.
Yeah, during the Clone Wars, Galactic Republic. So that's where they were started. So yeah, they're commonly known.
We're gonna die. I'm starting to say that. Like, we're gonna die.
Navar,
Yes.
know any magic tricks?
Bob, would I have a remote connection to the droid base? Like, I'm wondering if I can use our codes to activate the remaining vultures as a distraction to
Nice
hit
job,
the
buddy.
shuttles or something to kind of
good
give us
idea.
enough time to kind of get.
Okay,
out.
you want to activate the vultures? Yeah, you can do
Yeah,
that.
just to kind of give us some cover fire as we
Yeah.
or just some
I'll
sort of
make it
distraction until
a
we get out.
harder roll, but let's start with droid programming.
Okay.
You're doing some like ad hoc prep here, basically.
Yeah. So we also have those codes. So
Yeah. And roll
This is
again.
the last thing we need if Navar
against-
actually helps us again.
droid repairs. Droid programming.
He's gonna be so full of himself after this.
Of course.
It takes you a minute to get it going, but you get it going.
Okay.
And
I'll make sure that we're marked as friendlies and kind of ping the shuttles and such, and as the
Okay.
targets.
as you guys start to prepare for hyperspace, right before you do, you see the JS-77B. That's the one that some of the reclaimers in Valandro were on. it leaves the atmosphere behind you, and it has a one of the shuttles behind it, like in pursuit of it. You also begin to hear the sound of fighters coming your way. I believe the TIE fighters are active in this era, so probably TIE fighters. As you guys enter hyperspace, you are left with uncertainty of what happens to the JS-77B and those that are on it. But you enter.
As we're leaving, if we were leaving, I would have sent the vultures after the one that was directly most closely trailing them to kind of help give them a chance.
Like the TIE fighters. Yeah, that's interesting. I like that. So what you do see is that the TIE fighters begin to be intercepted by the vultures right as you guys are ready to punch it. Are you ready to go, or do you want to observe longer? It's a question.
I wouldn't mind observing a little bit. I'm gonna try and push it.
I want to get the hell out of here. Like, we need to go where this is not like we're not watching, or we're not watching. We need to get the hell out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, what do I see, Bob? I'm gonna push it for like 10 more seconds.
Yeah, you see the vultures do manage to overcome the TIE fighters on their first pass. One of them explodes, the other one goes for another pass. But just as you're kind of ready to punch it, like things look clear, it looks like things are good. The 77B is just setting up its hyperdrive too, so it's like right behind you guys, probably 30 seconds behind you guys. Just as you hit like the button for, just as you press hyperdrive, you hear and see the tractor beam set on the JS-77B. It's not on your ship, but it hits the one behind you.
They're done.
Well, that's too bad. Bye.
Damn it.
So uncharacteristically, because I'm like Max is freaking out so much, he's literally just gonna be like, "Forget it, they're dead. Let's go." Like he's just like, "Fuck him, I don't care. Like let's just get out of here." It's like they're already lost.
Yeah, and like Bob said, I mean, I am like I'm gonna do it. I'm just not happy about this.
Yeah, it's probably a quiet bit of trip for the next little while.
Yeah, Van's like very quiet. Because he's got like, I mean, I didn't love those people, but I've got no love for the Empire. That's for sure.
Exactly.
So kind of when I see that, I just think like of all the shitty things those people that they represent. So I'm just like, fuck this.
I'm gonna put my hand on Speck's shoulder. He's like, sorry, brother.
He nods. He says, I wish I had asked her to come with us, but I know that she was the best pilot they had.
Maybe they'll survive. We'll keep our ears peeled.
Is that
I mean, hell, we escaped from one prison. What's another?
He nods. Was that a Jedi?
No, it didn't look like any Jedi I've seen before.
Right.
Max is very, very, very silent.
Understood.
He's like not saying a word to anyone about anything.
And it's almost like when you said that, I was like, oh, right, that guy, too. I forgot about him. So then there's all the horribleness, and then there's that other dark fucking black guy with the red lightsaber.
We should have fought him. We could have taken Vader.
We take Vader. Can you imagine rolling that out? You're like, well, his lightsaber is 12D. Let's see, and he's going to use all the force powers that he has.
Paul, give me
you take 650 points of damage.
Give me a perception roll. I just want to see if you overheard something, like, because you guys were, you saw that a lot of the crew was loading up on your Wayfarer before before the guys got back, basically, right? So you saw Maida essentially like guiding the Actually, they wouldn't probably have that fan. Yeah, no, they probably would. You know, like the med beds that they have that kind of hover. You know, like so they're. It's like rather than having wheels, they sort of float. You see that Maida has the tortured one on one of those, and you kind of overhear him as he's being loaded up, like when all the alarms are going off, and you hear him. He's in yet another fit, and he just keeps repeating himself. He's like, "He's here, he's here, he's here."
That's gonna literally make me lose my mind. Like I'm gonna lose my shit when I hear that.
Yeah. Right now,
I'm gonna yell at her. Shut him up, Maida.
Yeah. Maida will nod and she'll actually give him something in the form of a shot, and he gets quiet. Okay, we are back to space travel. We haven't done this maybe ever yet. I guess very temporary.
I actually don't think we have. Yeah.
I just gotta get out of here.
Yep, you guys jumped successfully to a nearby sector. Now you just need to find your course from here, Flint. So your things are all the systems are operational. Everything's up and running as expected.
Okay.
I imagine your goal is to plot a course, yes? And your goal is probably to plot a course to Tatooine.
It is indeed, sir.
All right. So you'll want to take the Corellian run. That would be your best bet.
Yep.
In doing so, though, and I'll point out where you guys are. You know you have one more trip to take first, and that is a quick trip to Segra Milo, which is where the two had wanted to be dropped off.
Really? That's okay.
Do you want?
I'm trying to. Yeah. No, I'm just trying to think of how I'm just thinking about how I'm going to be. Like, how long is that? How long is that time period, Bob? Is that within a matter of like a couple minutes, kind of thing?
So you guys are here. Oh, you mean how much time has passed? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Sorry.
You guys hyper jump for probably like an hour or so, and then you end up in a, basically over here, right?
By like Nam and Corios or whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, I think an hour's passed. I think I'm starting to come back around. I'm just kind of like, am I still kind of withdrawn a little bit, or is he like better, for lack of a better word?
How long has it been?
About
an hour.
Oh, I'm not better. Not at all.
The only reason I'm saying that is because I'm like, I have to be. I have to have my wits about me. I have to like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotta be there.
A lot of the crew's just quiet, but they are doing their job, you know, and for lack of other comfort, it's like find a role and do it. That's kind of what everyone's doing. It's a little solemn, you know?
Yeah, fair.
Okay, I think, Flint, are you what's your astrogation at, just so we know?
My astrogation? I don't think it's great. Like, it's standard, so I think it's 3D plus 2.
3D plus 2? Oh, that's not bad. That's almost 4.
No, I put my mechanical's fairly decent. It's my technical that's not great.
I don't.
And I kind of did that on purpose.
The only ones that know you are going to Segra Milo are Segra Milo or whatever it's called are the ones that were originally on your ship. So that would be Vaan, Max, Crix, and what's their name?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. The 4 of us.
Yeah. So, do you want to share? I think if you want to plot a quiet course to Segra Milo, you got to do that on your own, right? You got to kind of like do like we're going as planned. Otherwise, you can ask for assistance from like someone. But does that make sense? Yeah.
I know that Navar is quite intelligent, and that makes me want to ask him.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that I know he's got the social skills of a walnut, but I kind of want to be able, like, we spent some time together, a couple of weeks working together, stuff like that. I'm kind of hoping that he can just, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna take him aside and just be like, hey, this is where we need to go. I need you to plot a quiet course. I need to get there. I need to drop off some of our cargo. You know what I mean? Which he'll probably be like, I don't know what you mean.
You probably will be.
Like, of course I can do that.
Thank
Remember
you.
who you're talking to? He
Yeah,
doesn't care about what we're dropping off or who. It's just like he's almost offended that you thought.
Yeah, I know. Well, at least I talked to you.
Right?
Oh! No way, Dave!
So
Holy
you remember,
shit.
he gets offended, and then he just has to like go over the top. And
I'll pat him. I'll just grab your shoulder or whatever. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
I'm so happy you're on board.
It's like, don't touch
And
me.
I'll just chuckle to myself and just kind of walk away after that. I'm just like, holy shit, that's great.
30? That's ridiculous.
that was definitely my best yet for explosions. Holy
Yes,
smokes.
no kidding. That was amazing.
That was very impressive.
All right. Just checking what this has a hyperdrive multiplier of 2, so it's not the fastest, but it's better than the Rigger's hyper multiplier of 3. It's meant to travel, over long distances with lots of cargo in it, but it's actually what was the tonnage on this one? Just a set 220 metric tons is the cargo capacity on this thing.
Oh, okay.
So it's like
With
a
the 30,
mega.
we take a shortcut.
Yeah.
It's all good.
The astrogation skill is, with that success, you're gonna actually, you're gonna hasty. Let's see. You got a nav computer, so you're good there. Your course goes off. Normally, I have to ask you questions about how fast you're doing this, but I think in this case, we'll just assume you're taking a somewhat urgent trip, and that's a very good roll. So within a little bit of time passes. We'll say it's kind of like an overnight flight at this point, so people have time to rest and stuff. And when you get out of hyperspace, guys, you see a rather beautiful planet right in front of you.
Well, we definitely didn't go to Tatooine. Sacra Milo.
I was thinking, I'm like, you don't know that.
I actually wouldn't. It's true.
Yeah.
Welcome to Tatooine. You hear over the intercom.
Right?
Yeah, that'd be awesome, Dave. You should do that. You should, as the Var, he should program his voice to sound like some sort of like flight, like a stewardess or something. Welcome to Tatooine.
Please.
The
keep your
current
eyes
temperature
on the
is.
I think let's see, which one has planetary systems? I'm just gonna see something. Planetary systems. We'll roll it. And let's see if he rolls like a 15 when he's being observant. Okay. Typho, he kind of finds a moment. He doesn't want to make a big scene, Van, so he just kind of leans in. Typho's like been helping out at the front of the ship, right? And he's just like, is there a reason why we're off course right now? Like, aren't we aiming to get on the Grellian Run?
Well, you'll be happy to know there is a reason why, of course.
You're like, funny story.
Yes. Yeah. I've got a promise to keep. We'll be gone in no time.
All right.
We'll be back at it.
All right, guys, and as you move to enter that atmosphere, you kind of end up at what looks like as they provide you like the coordinates, right, for where you want to land. You can see what looks like a construction site. They seem to be building almost like a, very similar to the outpost you just saw. They seem to be building that sort of outpost, but this one looks more obscure and hidden. It looks like they're building into like the mouth of a cave.
Oh.
Yeah. The planet itself is one sec. The planet itself is kind of a little more like rocky and muddy. Like it's not green and lush as much. It looks a little more like semi-arid almost. A little like semi-arid, or maybe like like brushlands kind of thing, like a brown and green, really short brushlands as you kind of go over the landscape. And do you guys have any concern with getting close to the location? Like Crix will say, these are our allies. You have nothing to fear.
So when he says that, Bob, I'm going to be like, so where? Also, I'm not ignore it, but I'll kind of be like, so where do you want me to take you?
Close enough.
Yeah, you just let me know, man. I trust you. He's like,
it points to like a quarter kilometer away. There's like a nice clearing.
Okay.
He says we can walk the short bit over. Save.
Are you sure?
We might save any egos in exchange.
That's fair. All right. Okay, I'll pilot us over there and then set her down.
I think Crix looks to. I think this is a conversation, particularly with Vaan, because Vaan, you're the one that got him here, right?
That's right. Yeah.
And
I kind of like this guy.
Yeah, I'll say. So what is your plan from here?
I got another promise to keep. I gotta head to Tatooine.
And then?
Oh God, breathe. Try and find a ship. I'm more than likely. I'm shaking my head at this point. He's like, I'm more than likely going to sell this piece of shit and try and give those guys the money that they're owed and do what I can with the rest and try and find a ship. I lost my own ship, which I owe a debt on, so that's fantastic. But I lost my own, so that's the next thing I need. And then I think it's just talking with the rest of the crew. We've kind of come together in a bit of a shamble, so I don't know. We've all worked together to get us out of there, so I guess that'll be a conversation for the lot of us to have. And none of those things in any particular order, to be honest.
He looks to you at Dots and he says, there's some of us that always knew that the Republic was going to turn into something like this. It was an inevitability.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm the more I think about it, politics just don't do it for me. I've seen them, it's just caused so many problems. So many problems.
With that, I think Crix will just nod and say, I may not be here if you should return here. Be careful around these parts. There are some who take the resistance. Some are more paranoid than others. Some have been fighting longer.
Okay. All right. I honestly, I appreciate that. But so if you're not staying, if you don't mind me asking, where are you off to?
I suppose that depends where I'm needed next.
Needed?
He,
Like the littlest hobo.
yeah, he shrugs.
That's
He says,
exactly where I was going.
yeah. He says, I was on Rhen Var to create complications for the Empire and their occupation.
So, maybe I'm overstepping a bit, but you want to come along with us then? I mean, if you're not going to stay here anyway. You're pretty good in a fight. We could use a guy like you.
He shakes his head. He says, no, I'm afraid I'm going to find my next place.
All
I get
right.
the impression he's not just like, I'm going to wander through. He seems
Yeah.
to be... give me a streetwise roll, actually. That might be a better way.
Sure. It's not fantastic. It's not too bad. I do have an extra. Let's see. Yep, that's about right. Shitty rolls all night. Perfect.
I'm under
Yes.
10.
Yeah.
You do get the impression that there's like an underlying tone. You get the impression that he's here for not just like no reason, you know. He's just not elaborating on what that is.
Yeah, and I think, and that's the thing, and I can respect that. It's like if he feels he has a job to do and he needs to do it, then Godspeed, sort of thing, right? Like, give her.
Awesome. And then, you see, Mark. You see Jaima approach you.
That's the old lady, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's got her hand kind of open, and you see like a small like bracelet in her hand. It looks like something a bit more, I don't want to say, more classic. Like it's not something that would be modern. It'd probably be something more related to a culture, an older culture of some kind.
Okay.
And she says, you take care, young one. This is a charm amongst my people. It's meant to bring good luck, good fortune.
Thank you.
And do you accept are you gonna take it from her hand and such?
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
She'll smile and she'll say, you watch out for him. He'll need your help.
Who?
She smiles and, despite not being able to see, looks over in Vaan's direction.
She's not wrong.
I'll kind of grin a bit for like the first time since our Darth Vader escapade, and yeah, that's it. I'll just kind of laugh it off.
Okay.
Minus the laughing part.
Yeah. And with that, those two move to depart. A couple of the other reclaimer passengers, the ones that scattered on here, depart with them.
Right.
They put out a general offer to anyone that doesn't want to continue on.
Totally.
And the remnants of the reclaimers that boarded this ship will exit. So we're kind of back to your core crew now.
Got it.
And we'll say that just to make it a little more interesting, if Mike doesn't show next session, we'll say that he was aboard the other ship, the JS-77B. So
That's a good idea, actually. Yeah. That's good, Bob.
Yeah. Paul, I just want to check in before we close. Is there anything you wanted to do related to your daughter?
No, not right now. Just gonna keep her close and move on with the crew, I think.
All right, guys. Well, with that, we will continue next time on our astrogation to Tatooine.
Nice.
Cool, good stuff. That was fun.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry about the negotiations were a little rough, but they're kind of meant to be, especially with like you guys were going for the bigger options, so it was like okay.
I don't think they. I don't think they were rough at all.
Giant ship. That's fine.
I don't think they were rough, Bob.
Yeah.
Like
I
it's not.
personally-
It's not like at some point I was sitting there being like, "Oh God, this needs to be over with." Like there's. It just. Yeah. No.
Yeah, I
don't.
loved it, Bob.
It should have been rough, yeah, because it was.
Yeah,
basically,
totally.
we're just gonna take your biggest ship. You can give it to us, or we can take.
Or we can tell you, yeah, we're like a gang.
I was half expecting you guys to like board it in the middle of the night. Yeah.
I think the only reason we didn't do that is because none of us thought about it.
Cool,
Yeah.
guys. All right, that was fun. Thanks
That
for-
was